Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I had to start out today by showing you guys my new chair that I got. Isn't it adorable? I found it on one of my plant groups and I just had to have it to add to all my wicker in this room. So today we're going to be doing some plant chores that I've been putting off. So I thought I'd make it a little bit funner and bring you guys along with me. Okay, so here's our list of things I would like to get done today. I'm wanting to add plants up on this little ledge right here. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys this little bookshelf I have in my office. This is just a place where I put a lot of my books that I want to display and also some plants, but this Scandapsus right here doesn't get much light, so I think I'm going to take it off this shelf and put it on the windowsill. And also, this gives me a nice little excuse to show you guys my pets. Along with plants, I have a huge, I don't know that I'd call it a passion, but love for animals. This is actually my boyfriend's, but I consider her mine too. This is our snake, Susan. And then we also have a hedgehog, which is more mine. And his name is Vern. We'll see if we can get him to wake up. Hedgehogs are nocturnal, so he sleeps all day long. There he is. Hi, Vern. So I'm sure you guys will see them on my channel here and there. Okay, so I've got my plants that I think are gonna look good up there. I got this Scandapsus, like I told you guys, off the bookshelf. And then I think this Mican will look good up there. It's kind of tangled. And then I got this little Brazil that I think will look nice up there too. Okay, so now I'm gonna attempt to get up there and clean off the windowsill. Not as dirty as I thought. All right, so this windowsill is not as wide as I thought it was. So I think this will stay. Who knows? Might come crashing down. All right, easy enough. So that is what it looks like. Okay, so the next thing to be done on my list is to chop this Mican. And there's just this awkward piece right here that's kind of like skipped a node. I'm just gonna cut it off down here and then I'm gonna propagate it and put it back in the pot. So first I'm just gonna make sure my shears are really clean. Okay. And then I think I'll just chop it all the way to the bottom. And then I'll just put this node in my prop box. And then I'm gonna cut it at every growth point. Maybe. I think I'll cut that one right there. Cut that one. And this will just make my pot a little bit fuller because it's kind of getting a little leggy. Okay, so I have all these single leaf nodes. I will just put, probably in water, I'm gonna let them callus for a little bit. And then I have this little node I'll just throw in my prop box. Okay, you guys, so I apologize for the bad lighting in here. This window behind me like makes everything extremely hard. So the next thing I'm needing to do is this Hoya rotundiflora is really needing repotted, which I've put off for a really long time because I love this planter and I think it just looks so good together, but the roots are like growing up out of the top. So it definitely needs to be done. And I think I'm just gonna put it in this little square. I don't really like square nursery pots, but I'm out, so it's what I'm gonna have to do. Okay, so I've got my soil over here. It's just normal chunky soil. All right, let's see how bad this is. Oh, I don't know whether to leave the trellis or not. I think I'm gonna try to take it off. Oh, and this is in the same nursery pot I got it in, and I've had it for like 3 or 4 months. Okay, the roots look good. And I'm actually gonna try to leave it in some of this soil because it's been doing really well. So it likes it. Okay, there we are. Looks a lot better in this pot than I thought it would. Okay. And this is literally the only nursery pot I have that fits in this planter. So I'm just gonna leave it like this until I find something I can plant in there. Okay, the next plant is this Anthurium regale, and I bought this a month ago, and she had a slow release fertilizer in it, and it was only good for another month. So I'm gonna repot it into my soil and just check the roots because it was kind of a rehab. It has some nice roots. It just hasn't put out any new leaves. You can see that. All right. This soil was like really heavy and perlite. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more of a soil-based mix. Maybe it'll be better. I also, might be an unpopular opinion, but I prefer to put my anthurium in nursery pots. I just feel like terracotta, unless you have like a really moisture retentive, is that a word? Anyway, holds moisture. I feel like anthurium dry out way too fast in terracotta, so that's why I'm putting this back in a nursery pot. Okay. And then last, I'm finally deciding to pot up these variegated Hoya compacta. I'm gonna pop them up together in this white terracotta pot. Okay, so I'm just gonna take these out of moss and put them in soil. And I've heard a lot of people say these grow really slow, slower than the regular compacta. So I hope mine grows because my compacta is pretty slow. Oh, this one's really stuck in there. That is one of my only complaints about moss, is that sometimes getting the moss off the roots is horrible. And I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm always worried if I leave too much moss on the roots when I put it in soil that it's gonna rot. So I try to get as much as I can. It looks like it's also getting a new growth point right there on the end, if you can see that. Which is exciting. Okay, this one's a little bit less rooted, but it's okay. For some reason, I always hate when Hoya do this and they get roots at both ends, because then I never know how to pot it up. Okay, so this one's got some little roots over here, and then it's also got some nicer roots on this other side. Okay. And I reuse all of my moss at least a couple times. I just boil it on the stove for a couple minutes and then reuse it. This one's kind of just gonna have to root down in because it's really hard to get it stuck in there. Okay, that one's good to go too. Hopefully it grows extra fast for me. Okay, so the next thing on my list to do is to clean this fiddle. It's kind of getting a little bit dusty. It just sits right by this north-facing door that goes onto my deck, and it's enjoying itself right here. So I just have some neem and water mixture and then a microfiber cloth. Probably help to turn it on. Oh my gosh, there's a dead beetle in it. That has to be from when it was outside. Gross. All right, she's clean. Okay, so the next thing on our list is to treat this Maranta. And one thing I'm gonna always try to do with you guys is to be authentic and real. And pests and fungus are just part of plants. That's just how I feel about it. But anyway, I think this Maranta might have copper fungus. I'm not sure, because sometimes Maranta do this weird yellow thing just because they're weird. But this looks a lot like copper fungus, and so I've been treating it every day with this fungicide. I'm just gonna do that real quick. And I just soak the leaves. Well, if this will work. Okay, that's it. And then I'm just gonna let that sit till it dries, and then I'll probably rinse it off. I don't rinse it off every day, but I've been doing this for about a week now, so I don't want it to build up on the leaves. Okay, while we're in the bathroom here, I'm just gonna be bringing in a couple of plants that are like hanging on walls or don't have saucers or just need a bath. And I'm gonna be bringing them and putting them in this bathtub and watering them. So I'm gonna go get the rest of them. Okay, so I've got my water. Does anyone else just water out of an old milk jug? Because that's what I do. Anyway, so this has some liquid dirt in it, and I'm gonna water these plants. And then this is also just a mixture of dish soap, water, and alcohol. And I'm just gonna spray them all down and then rinse them off. are. So I'm just gonna let those dry off for a couple hours and then I'll put them back where they go. All right, so we're on our last plant chore of the day, which is to water my mini plants. So these plants just live right here on my windowsill, and they're in moss, so they just dry out really, really quick. I water these like every 2 days, but I just have my little squirt bottle. I'll have that linked in the description for you guys because it works wonderful. Okay, and then I have a couple more here in my plant room. Okay, so here are the ones in my plant room. All right, guys, I think that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for hanging out with me while I did my plant chores and making it a little bit less of a task. I hope you found it somewhat entertaining. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram at Plants by Kenna for more planty content. And also leave some ideas of videos you would like to see on my channel in the comments below, and I will try to get those filmed. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.